Hey, what's up, everybody? Hi, I'm Zach. I am your first comedian of the night. How many people are watching this stream right now? Both of them can't hear me? Oh, okay. So there's two people watching on the stream. I want them to know. What can they see? Just me? Can they tell that there's 400 people here? Because I just want them to know there's 400 people here. You make some noise, you guys, so that they can tell there's 400 people here. Great to see you. Everyone's got their Popeyes chicken. How was the Popeyes? 400 people, and only 2 people were like, woo! So Popeyes is trash, I guess. The potatoes were delicious. This is the craziest heckle I've ever heard. I'm having a weird food day. I went to the drive-thru, and I ordered some chicken McNuggets, or I'm not supposed to say the brand name, chicken circles, and they were like, what kind of dipping sauce do you want? And I was like, go nuts. And then I got my order, drove away, opened it up, no dipping sauces. That's too nuts. That's fucking insane. I meant surprise me, not ruin my fucking day, dude. I went to a hot dog joint in Chicago with a friend of mine recently, and they serve boozy shakes, and that's a milkshake with alcohol in it, not like boozy shakes, the symptom that I get every morning. And my friend was like, you gonna get a boozy shake? I was like, definitely not. And she was like, you're a pussy. I was like, okay, I'm lactose intolerant, and it's ice cream and alcohol. Do you want me to shit my pants and shit my pants? What's the plan? That's too many things. I'll be the pussy with immaculate undies at the end of this evening. I don't know if you can tell. That's the name of my special, Pussy with Immaculate Undies. I don't know if you can tell by looking at me, but I was breastfed up until 5. 30 p.m. today. And I already told you I'm lactose intolerant. So we're going to see how this set goes. I'm really close with my mom, and I was excited for the show. What do you want me to do? No, I'm normal. But I am really close with my parents. My parents are divorced, which they said it was because of that last joke. It's cool having divorced parents as an adult, though, right? Because at some point you realize your divorced parents are just two people who are so different from each other, hate each other so much they can't be in the same room together anymore, right? And you are both of them. What could possibly go wrong when half of your brain is genetically predisposed to hating the other half, and it's mutual? What could possibly go wrong? I am really close with my parents, though, and they're getting old, which scares the shit out of me. And I can't bring myself to delete their voicemails because I know one day they're going to be gone, and I'm going to want to hear their voices again. That's how much I love my parents. But when my mom calls me on the phone now, I'm like, oh my fucking God, dude, leave me alone. Hi, Mommy. Hello. How are you? I was actually on the phone with my mom earlier today, and she knew that I had a show tonight. And right when we were hanging up, I was like, love you, bye. And she goes, bust a nut, bye. And I'm like, I don't think you know what that means. And she goes, isn't it a funny way to say break a leg? I was like, no. She goes, what does it mean then? I was like, Google it, or maybe don't. I don't know. It's better than if she did know what that meant and still told me to bust a nut at the show tonight. She's like, have a good show. Cum your pants. My dad is very progressive. The whole fucking set is about my parents. Get over it. It's not. My dad is very progressive. I just went to visit him, and like, he's 72, so he's progressive, but there's a limit. Like, we were watching Big Bang Theory, my choice, and he was like, leans over and he's like, why is everybody on TV Jewish? And I was like, oh, dude. And he's like, what? I voted for Bernie in the primary. It's like pretty progressive for a 72-year-old, but there's a limit, and I don't think he knows what the limit is. I went home to visit my family, and we did our favorite thing, which is play Wii Sports. And it's a pretty old game, and the game saves every customized character you've ever created. So it'll be like, on the mound, like my dead grandmother, just firing absolute heaters at my ex-girlfriend Jessica's dumb head. So it's a lot of fun. It's very triggering to play Nintendo with your family. I fucked that joke up, and it doesn't matter. All 400 of you laughed. I hope they can hear that on the stream. Oh, more people came in. It's 475 people now. If you're anything like me, your parents paid a guy to cut some of your penis off and throw it in the trash. You are like me. Yes, it's America. That's what we do now. We cut little hunks of baby boys' wieners off right when they were born. Luckily, my parents did that to me right when I was born and not like at my sweet 16 as a prank. But yeah, I think it's strange that we're still doing that to baby boys. But like, I get it. If you have a kid and you circumcise your kid, I get why you would do it. You don't want your son to feel insecure in the locker room at school during mandatory dick comparison time when the coach comes up and he's like, line up! And then they start bullying your son for having his entire penis attached to him. Like, look at this whole dick nerd. Fucking hell, you guys. What are we doing? I was I was catcalled recently for the first time, which I get when it's not cool when men do that to women. I get that. I know that. It's lame when men catcall women. But when women catcall us, oh my God, it was the best day of my life. I was walking down the street. This girl looks right at me. She goes, "Hi, Poppy." I was like, okay, a couple things. Number one, I am a piece of ass, confirmed. And she thinks I'm Latino? See, dude. That means, yeah, dude. I turned around and I was like, yo soy tu padre. And she goes, that's racist, and I wasn't talking to you. That's how that joke ends, me doing mouth sounds into the mic. But yeah, she called me Poppy. A lot of dudes like to be called daddy nowadays in a sexual way, which, I mean, I think that's weird. I prefer to be called like Dennis or Eugene or whatever your dad's real name is. I mean, honor thy father. It says it in the Bible. It's a Christian joke. I was on a date with a girl, and her phone rang, and the caller ID said daddy. And she was like, oh, look who it is. Look who's calling me. And I said, oh, you have a boyfriend? And she was like, no, that's my dad. I was like, oh, you call your actual father daddy? Gross. I don't like that version either. A couple months into that relationship, it occurred to me to ask her, like, hey, what's our birth control method? And she goes, oh, dude, I just know my body really well. So I'm probably an actual Dennis or Eugene or whatever your dad's real name is. I saw a bumper sticker that I liked a lot on the way here. It said, end racism. And I thought, that ought to do it. This guy ordered a thing on Amazon for $5.99, unpeeled the thing, and he's like, this should end everyone's instincts forever. Oh, no, there's a bubble. And that's why we still have racism. Because you guys didn't see that sticker because you fucked it up with a bubble. Is that not relatable? You guys are going to hate this. Some white people think it's okay to say the N-word if it's in song lyrics. What do you guys think? All 400 people didn't say anything. So you guys are cool with saying the N-word in song lyrics, I take it? All 400 people are white, by the way. All right, I'm going to take that as a no, in which case, why did I write all these fucking awesome songs, you guys? 2, 3, 4. I work in an office. Clap if you also can't wait to die. Yeah, cannot wait, homie. It's weird what passes for an acceptable joke in an office setting. Like, I told my boss very earnestly, like, something's wrong with my eye. My eye's irritated. I think I got to go to the doctor and, like, take a long lunch and figure out what's going on. And he was like, you probably have pink eye. What, did somebody fart on your pillow? And I way too quickly, without even thinking about it, was just like, nah, dude, just been eating tons of ass. And then he froze, didn't know what to say to me, and then just gave me a high five so he wouldn't have to do the paperwork to fire me. You guys do drugs? My friend, oh, all 400 people do drugs. A buddy of mine does a lot of cocaine, like more than I've ever seen anyone do. Too much, I'll say. And he's also a vegan for ethical purposes, which, couple of things, cocaine vegan. It's easy to be restrictive about your diet when you never, ever have an appetite. Because cocaine makes you not want to eat food, guys. And secondly, for ethical purposes, dude, if you didn't like those PETA videos, those animal cruelty, like factory farm videos, you're going to hate Peru. The cartel is not known for their ethical treatment of child slaves. It's not my fault. That's how it works. Fellas, you've probably been asked this question by one of your dumb friends at some point. Would you suck a guy's dick for $1 million? Yeah, that's like the age-old question. And it's like, yeah, if I just had $1 million lying around. What do you think I am, made of money? I could maybe scratch together like $1,200. That's a joke where I pay you to suck your dick. Just wanted to clear that up. All 400 people hated the ad lib at the end. I am single in my 30s, which is not a great time to be that because all of my peers are getting married, everyone's having kids, and they just can't stand the sight of me doing whatever I want all of the time. And like they always want to encourage me because no one wants a single dude friend like hanging around in your 30s. So they always encourage me. They're like, you can have what we have. You can find true love, and you just have to work a little harder at it, you know? You just have to work a little harder at it. It's starting to sound a lot like when rich people walk by homeless people and they're like, dude, just get a job. What's the problem? It's not that hard. And it's like, sir, I don't have the tools. Society is not set up for me to have what you have. What I'm saying is if you're single in your 30s, the government should give you money and housing. How do you not agree with that? Every first date in your 30s is like if you just went and picked up 2 abused rescue dogs and like put them in a room together, like, okay, fall in love now, bye. Kiss each other. Every first date in your 30s is just sitting across from someone who's already met the love of their life and blown it with them. And you have to live up to, like, you have to impress that person. It's like, you want to know I'm not better than your ex-boyfriend? Because neither are you. That's why we're both here. Dating is a tournament where the losing teams have to keep facing each other. It just goes down and down forever. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's going all right, though. A girl came up to me after a show recently, and she was like, approached me. She was super cute. The conversation was going well. So I knew something was off, and I had to ask her, like, finally, I was like, how old are you? And she was like, I'm 21. And with no hesitation, I was just like, you don't remember 9/11. That's too young. And I rejected her because it's never forget. Not, I literally do not remember that occurring. I am on the dating apps, and I know that I don't really want to meet anybody that way, which is weird. Like, being on dating apps when you know enough to know that you don't want to meet someone that way is a lot like when you're hungry and you keep opening up the fridge, and it's just the same woman in there. I'm doing what is known in the industry as crushing right now. Yeah, being on dating apps when you know that you don't want to meet anybody that way, like if you ever match with a guy, you're like, why won't he message me? That's just me going, still got it. This is very validating to me. I saw a lady on a dating app, and her main profile pic she had on a shirt that said, touch my butt and buy me pizza, with a heart around it. Like, that was a cute thing to say. Touch my butt and buy me pizza. That is so close to suck my dick and make me a sandwich. Don't talk to me like that. I thought we had evolved past that as a society. Besides, I'm not buying you a pizza. I already bought all the sandwich stuff. How we doing on the stream? How's it hanging over there? Can I do crowd work with the streaming people? Ask them all what they do for a living. Hey, Twitch, what do all 4 of you do for a living? Don't ever get a laugh during my set, CT. You motherfucker. Do we get any responses? Anybody dating each other in the in the stream? How long you guys been together? They say different numbers. I'm like, oh shit, you guys are gonna get in a fight on the way home. He didn't know how long they've been together. Anybody wearing a fucking weird shirt in the Twitch stream? Can't even do my job if I can't see them. Ah, you motherfucker, it's me. He pointed to me. All right, back to the material. You asked for it. Tried to improvise. CT stole 2 of my laughs. I can't do this anymore. All right, strap in. I've got 19 more minutes of jokes. I recently went out with a bisexual woman who actually dates other women. Yeah, it was the best. You could tell, too. She, like, courted me. It was great. She took me to breakfast the next morning. She paid. She walked me home. It's good to be taken care of for once, you know? And then after that, she was like, yeah, I mainly date lesbians and men who I consider male lesbians. I was like, what does that mean? She goes, you know, men who are, like, emotionally available, not afraid of commitment, clear frame glasses, weird little shirt. I was like, that sounds awfully familiar. Anyway, some of you will be celebrating Pride Month by going to a parade. That's cute. I became a lesbian. So ask me how you can be a better ally, you know? I saw an ad online that bothered me recently. It was like, you want to masturbate, but you don't have a partner? And it's like, yeah, that's what masturbate means. Thanks for rubbing it in that I'm alone. I thought it was a really mean ad. You don't usually see that in advertising. Like, you wouldn't see an ad for a campground that was like, do you want to go camping, but you already live in your car? You wouldn't say that. It's not nice. You wouldn't see an ad for online therapy that was like, do you want to kill yourself even though nobody likes you? It's like, yeah, I don't know if you know what you're saying. This material usually crushes if there's less than 475 people in the room, but I feel like it's too big of a crowd to really connect with you guys on an individual level. Women hate a dude with no bed frame, I've noticed. Women hate a dude with no bed frame. I have a bed frame, a bed skirt, a top sheet, a duvet cover, and some throw pillows. Turns out that's too far the other way. And it's like, ladies, make up your mind. You can either hook up on my nice bed or with men you're really attracted to. Pick one. All right, that's my time, you guys. Thanks so much. All right, let's keep the show going. Your next comedian coming to the stage is here from Indiana. Make some noise right now for Grant Weber.
Hey, keep that going for Zach. Thanks for having me. I recently switched to 3-in-1 shampoo, body wash, and conditioner. And girls will be like, oh, you can't use the same soap for your hair and your body. I'm like, I use the same socks for my feet and my cum, okay? Things can have multiple purposes. Like my shoes right now are full of my dead kids. It's called being efficient, you know? I love the 3-in-1. I'd buy it if it did more things too. I'd buy 7-in-1 if they made it. Like shampoo, body wash, conditioner, mouthwash, dish soap, gasoline, and a woman's touch all in one bottle. I'd buy that too. I was trying to date recently. Have you guys ever wanted some pussy so bad you learned astrology? Does that ever happen to you guys? You both just get laid? That's sick. Not both. All 475 of you all get laid, I guess. I did. Like, I learned my moon rising sign from a girl who spent $400 on crystals, and she hated people who didn't get the vaccine. She's like, can you believe some people just don't believe in science? Anyway, this is natural fluorite. this helps me think better. I'm like, you should use more of it, I think. I recently went through a breakup, actually. I was real sad about it. Real sad. Sorry to make things sad. Pisces. But yeah. I was on a date with another girl, and she's like, oh, don't worry about me. I'm not into astrology. I was like, oh, good. She's like, no, I'm into witchcraft. I was like, witchcraft? What, did both your dads leave you? Like, what the fuck? But yeah. And she told me something about witches. She told me that something witches will like to do is they take a drop of their period blood and put it in the drink of a man to make that man fall in love with them. And I didn't think much of it, but then later that night I was going down on her, and I'm like, her snatch tastes just like that tequila sunrise I had earlier. Maybe that wasn't grenadine. I don't know. So we're getting married in September. Just something about her. I don't know. Yeah. Let's see. My friend's dating a 20-year-old girl right now. He's dating a 20-year-old girl. And I was like, that's weird, man. You're dating a 20-year-old? He's like, no, dude, it's the best. You got to try it. And I was like, dude, I don't date 20-year-old girls, like, anymore. You know, like, I used to when I was 14, but not anymore. Yeah. That was another girl who asked me to spit in her mouth during sex, not just, like, at brunch, you know. She was just, and here's the thing, like, I didn't know, like, how to spit in a girl's mouth. Like, I didn't know if I was supposed to do it with some power, like some plat, you know. I didn't do like that. I spit in her mouth like a mother bird feeding her baby birds because I wanted to get all the saliva in there because I'm kinky, but I'm not wasteful, you know. Yeah. A little about me, I'm colorblind. And when you're colorblind, people love to play the what color is this game with you. What are we doing over here? Are we cutting paper? Oh, sorry, my bad. I'll start over. Cum, most of it was about cum. All right, now we're all caught up. All right, I'm colorblind. When you're colorblind, people love to play the what color is this game with you where they point things out. They're like, what color is this? What color is that? It's not a fun game to play when you're colorblind. You know, like you would never walk up to a deaf person and be like, oh, you're deaf? Can you hear me now? Like that wouldn't be cool. I hate when people play that what color is this game with me. I feel all kinds of emotions. I get dark gray with anger, light gray with sadness, charcoal with fear. Sometimes I get the color right, but that only happens every once in a purple moon. People ask me, like, what's the worst part about being colorblind? You know, they're like, is it the horizontal stoplights in Chicago? I'm like, no, but that's bullshit. Is it the game Uno? I'm like, no, but I hate that game too. Like, the worst part of it being colorblind is just the fall. It's just the autumn. Because, like, every autumn, every able-eyed, colored-eyed person does the same thing. They're like, oh, the trees. Oh, the trees. Oh, the trees. Oh. So that's why I don't like the autumn. All righty. This is fun. I had a friend ask me if I wanted to go Bonnaroo this week, and I'm like, no, I got plans. I got a commitment. I also have seizures. I have seizures, so don't invite me to any. I can't go to Bonnaroo because of that. You can't invite me to EDM concerts. Like, I'll be at those concerts. People are like, oh, look at all the strobe lights. I'm like, I don't think so. They're like, yeah, but what about the colors? I'm like, not those either, damn it. My seizures aren't that bad, though, because I have an emotional support dog who helps me out with my seizures. He's a very good boy. I love him very much. Only problem is he's not an actual dog. He's a furry. Oh, God damn it, too. If I have a seizure, then I get to leave. I get to where was I? Anyway, yeah, the dog. I'll be like, watch out, I'm having a seizure. He's like, ruh-roh. You know, he's dressed up. I also ate my twin in the womb because there were no good restaurants inside my mom. It's a common medical condition called vanishing twin syndrome, which definitely sounds like it was made up by someone who totally ate their twin. They're like, no, I didn't eat him. He just vanished. I don't know. I did eat my twin in the womb, and that's just why I'm pro-choice, you know, because who am I to judge, right? People are like, abortion is murder. I'm like, then you're going to hate what I did. You're not going to like that shit at all. My mom actually got an abortion. That was sick. She did. That was cool. She actually was supposed to have a boy, but then had an abortion. And then she was supposed to have another boy, but had a miscarriage. Then had my brother, and then was supposed to have me and the other twin boy, but only delivered one. My mom was supposed to have 5 boys, but only delivered on 40% of them. Like, a lot of feminists walk the walk, but she actually killed 3 men, you know? Like, Alrighty, here. I like conspiracy theories. You guys like conspiracy theories at all? What conspiracy theories do you guys like? All of them? That's what I believe it all. I'm in on all. I even like the weird ones. Like I think the FBI killed Martin Luther. Not Martin Luther King. I think they killed Martin Luther, the founder of the Protestant Reformation. Because I think the FBI is a front for the Catholic Church, because the FBI stands for Fucking Boys Incorporated, I think. Alrighty. Yeah, that works. It's like it's a crushing joke. I was talking about my mom. My dad's an OB/GYN, so I think my mom is the luckiest woman in the world because my dad knows more about her vagina than like she does, right? Like, he can find the G-spot and the clitoris in, like, 3 seconds flat. He's a borderline superpower. Like, he can make my mom squirt just by looking at it. He's incredible, I think. Yeah, that's usually how that joke goes. I remember the first time I told that joke, I was at a comedy club, and this woman came up to me after the show, and she's like, hey, is your dad Dr. Weber? And I was like, oh, fuck. She's like, I'm like, yeah. She's like, he's my gynecologist. I see him Friday. I'm like, don't tell him about this. It's like, Dad, good news. I got a great joke. Bad news, you lost a client, I think. Let's see. I think I want to have kids someday, though, because I saw a story about a family that raised their daughter by speaking a British accent around her. An American family spoke a British accent around their daughter so she would grow up with a British accent, which I think would be cool to do because I don't have a good British accent. I have a real shitty one. So I would just have a kid show up to school on the first day. They'd call his name, and he's like, present! And they call. They're like, all right, come on, that's not your real voice. He's like, no, it's more your speaking voice, you cunt. Anyway. I got this is bad. I got a puppy. I just got a puppy recently, but he ran away, which was really tough. Even though he only had 1 leg, so he must have really hated me. Probably because I accidentally cut off 3 of his legs. It was a workplace accident. You know, I used to own a business where you could get blowjobs from puppies. It was called Top Dog. The dachshunds were the best at deep throating. They were built for it. Cocker Spaniels, surprisingly disappointing, like too teethy, I thought. Yeah, that's about what that earns. All right, I'm going to do one more like new fucked up joke and then finish with some better stuff. Do you guys think Anne Frank, like her diary, do you think she got really mad when she was trying to come up with a title for her diary just to find out that Mein Kampf was already taken? Do you think? Nope. All right, that's probably what that earns. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, I got a few minutes left. I went to college. I graduated in May of 2020. Which was like right at the beginning of COVID, right? Which was like a weird time at the beginning, because right at the beginning, everyone said we need to stay inside to stop the spread of the virus, to protect all the old people. And then a few months later, people changed their minds. They're like, no, now we need to go outside to protest, to end racism, which made perfect sense because the fastest way to end racism would be to kill all the old people, you know? Like, racism is the disease, COVID's the cure. stop posting black squares on Instagram, start coughing in grandpa's mouth. You know, wrap this up. I know it's weird for me to talk about racism because, like, I'm very white. I know I'm very white because I tasted my cum recently, and I tasted it, and I like a lot of people who've tasted their cum, they say their cum is like really salty, and then I tasted mine and it wasn't that salty, and I'm like, damn, even my cum is seasoned like a white person. Fuck. All right, sorry. I learned a lot in college. I got to meet a lot of people. Changed how I felt about, like, I met people from Miami, and that, like, changed how I felt about global warming, because I heard a stat that said if we don't end global warming by 2030, then all of Miami will be underwater. I was like, oh no, not the good people of Miami, right? It's like, we should change that stat. We should change it to, if we don't, that's how I'm killing right now. I'm on fire. All right. We should change that. Like, we should change it, like, if in 2030. Fuck it. I'm done with that. It's hard to care. It's hard for us to care about global warming in the Midwest, right? Like, California gets, you know, wildfires. Like, Florida gets hurricanes. We just get to day drink in January sometimes. And it's like, it's weird because, like, in college, I met a lot of people from California that were total assholes. I went to college at IU. They'd be like, you live in Indiana. That's such a shitty state full of a bunch of weird people. Why the fuck would you want to live in Indiana? And now their houses are on fire. Ha! You know? They're like, help. I'm like, no, I don't think so. I remember in college, we had, like, co-ed bathrooms, and we had, like, co-ed toilets. And the girls would get mad at us for leaving the toilet seats up. So I would always be a gentleman and put the toilet seat down and pee all over the seat. That was kind of... I remember, like, in school, do you remember when you would ask your teacher, like, can I go to the bathroom? And the teacher would say, I don't know, can you? Did you ever just want to, like, abduct her entire family when she said that and hold them for ransom and really haggle with a negotiator on it? Because that doesn't happen as an adult as much. Like, I was at a bar once, and I was going to the bathroom, and on the door, instead of saying male or female, it just said, we don't care. So I took a shit in the sink, and they cared. They cared, which was weird because I went to the bartender before, and I was like, hi, can I take a shit in the sink? He's like, excuse me? I'm like, I'm so sorry. May I take a shit in the sink? I'm going to do one last joke, and then I'm going to get out of here. I do love doing comedy. I remember the first time I got paid to do stand-up, I got a check for $150, and I was, what was that? Was it? I thought I heard, like, playback or something. Nah, never mind. I must have missed it. I'm hearing voices now. That's kind of what's going on with me. Nah, I remember the first time I got paid to do comedy, I got a check for $150, and as I was driving home, I get pulled over for speeding. And the officer walks up. He's like, do you know how fast you're going? I'm like, I'm so sorry, sir. I just got paid to do comedy for the first time. He said, oh, how much you get paid? I said, $150. He's like, if you're a comedian, how about you tell me a joke and I can let you off with a warning? I was like, okay. I used to own a sperm bank, but I only allowed farmers to donate sperm. That way my product was always the cream of the crop. We even had a website called farmersonly.com. He didn't like the joke as much. He wrote me a ticket for $151. That's it for me. We're going to bring up your next comedian. I've known him for several years. Started in Bloomington. He's here in Chicago now. Please welcome Mitchell Potts.
How's it going, guys? Yeah. How's everybody doing? You guys doing well? Yeah, awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and start. So when my mom was pregnant with me, she read this book called The Gentle People, and she told me she was really glad she read it because I'm a gentle person. Wish she would have read a book about lifting weights and fucking. Yeah. My mom's great, though. Like, she tries to encourage me. I don't have a whole lot of success with the ladies, and she's like, Mitchell, someone will like you. You act just like Eeyore. And it's like, what am I supposed to say to a woman? Like, hey, I might not be hung like a horse, but I'm sad like a fictional donkey. Yeah. My mom's very religious, so her opinions are shit. She's pro-life, but she owns a shirt that says life starts at Margaritaville. And it's like, look, either change your views or give me that shirt. I grew up in southern Indiana, so sex ed was weird. Sex ed is the only subject where the teacher tells you not to do the thing that they're teaching. You know? Like, imagine if math class was like that. Like, the teacher just goes up in front of the class and is like, the answer to 6 times 7 is you're a slut if you even think about it. I don't know. Sometimes I play this game during sex where I try not to die. And between my high blood pressure and the fact that I've always wanted to guard on top, I feel like that's a game I'm always going to lose. I guess I shouldn't say going on top, though, because I like having sex from the bottom. Not because I'm lazy. I just want women to know that they always have the opportunity to leave. I heard my grandpa say the phrase perfect titties last weekend. And I've been struggling with my sobriety ever since. And, like, sure, I should have had my shirt on at the table. You know? But I was just trying to let the puppies breathe. I don't know. Yeah. Oh no. Are you okay? Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yes, I watched somebody. This is awesome. All right. So we got a couple of us still. We're powering through. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm a big reader. I read an article the other day that said that you lose 6 minutes of your life for every hot dog that you eat, which is a crazy way to find out that I've been dead for like 10 years. I don't know. I guess like eating hot dogs is like a really slow way of committing suicide. So I'm gonna eat like six packages when I get home. I don't know. I like to try things on stage. I like to get a little fun and flirty. I lost 30 pounds last summer. Yeah, thank you. Still look bad. But what's spurred that is I was at karaoke one night, you know, just doing my thing. And after I finished my song, some guy came up to me and was like, "Hey, man, you're like the fat Marvin Gaye." And I was like, couldn't you have said the white Marvin Gaye? And he was like, no, you're more fat than white. Yeah. So I lost the weight, which was tough because I like food. Like, I think food is better than sex, and I could prove it to you. Food is better than sex because some people add food to spice up their sex life. But no one adds sex to spice up their food. No one's like, hey, you know what would go great with these wings? Dick. I don't know. I'm not a real horny guy. Like, I heard one of my roommates having sex, and I wasn't even jealous. I just thought, thank God I don't got to do all that moving around. I don't know. I don't like being horny. I think being horny makes you insane. Like, the last time I had sex, I said, I own you. I don't even own a car. I don't watch porn. I don't like porn. I think porn is way too aggressive. Like, every video is just called, like, woman gets destroyed. And I would like to see a video that's called, like, woman gets promotion. Yeah. And then falls in love with an ugly comedian and tells him, you don't have to work anymore. Mama's gotcha. I don't know. I do have a girlfriend now, which is great because I thought I was too dumb to get one. I'm really dumb. Like, I have to talk really slowly on stage because I jumble up all of my words. And a comedy club posted a video of me doing comedy, and the top comment was, "This bitch talks like he's double-spaced." So, anyways, what do I want to talk about now? I don't know. I am dumb, though. I'm so dumb I did a math problem so poorly in college, they made me be the janitor, which is the opposite of that one movie. I do like having a girlfriend. I want to be with her, I want to be with her for the rest of my life because we speak the same love languages, and, like, I'm too dumb to learn a new love language. Like, Spanish was my worst subject in high school. I can't learn any more languages. Like, as far as I'm concerned, if you don't speak my love language, then you can get out of my love country. All right. Well, if that works, I feel pretty good about it. What else am I going to talk about? My girlfriend has a cat, and the cat watches us whenever we have sex. And the last time we had sex, I made direct eye contact with the cat. And I was like, this cat is challenging me to a staring contest, and I'm not going to lose. So I thought to myself, don't blink before the cat. 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 Everybody. Don't blink before the cat. Don't blink before the cat. Everyone on the stream. Don't blink before the cat. Don't blink before the cat. Don't blink before the cat. Don't. She was like, hey, when are you going to come? And I was like, not before the cat. Yeah. That's the hard-hitting stylings of Mitchell Potts. Yeah. So Kanye West, ex-girlfriend, tweeted that Kanye likes a finger up his butt during sex, which is so crazy to me that I have something in common with Kanye West. I told some people I was into that, and they were like, hey, man, that's gay. And I was like, clearly I'm the only person in this conversation who fucks like a rock star. I don't know. People think that there's a button in your butt that changes your sexuality. But really, you just come real good. I told that joke in Indiana, and somebody in the front row looked at his wife and screamed, no! Yeah, so I guess that guy's not coming too good. I strip for my girlfriend because we're a progressive couple. She pays me not with cash, but with candy. So I'll just take off my clothes, and she'll throw Snickers at my face. Which is great because she gets to feel like an empowered woman, and I get to be the dirty little chocolate whore that I've always wanted to be. You know, she gave me a stripper name. She calls me White Chocolate because she isn't sure why I exist. I'm not a good boyfriend. Like, I shit the bed on Valentine's Day. And what happened was I was in bed, in my underwear, drinking wine with my girlfriend, and I farted. And when you fart, your first thought shouldn't be, that's a lot. And I immediately knew what happened. So I yelled, "Get off the bed, get off the bed, get off the bed." And she got off the bed, and I grabbed the sheets, and I threw them across the room, and I yelled, "No, no, no." And she was like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "It's all wrong. Everything is wrong." And then once I'm calming down, she was like, "Just tell me what happened." And I was like, I shit the bed. And she was like, it's just shit. And what I said was, "Thank you." And what I thought was, "Oh, I'm going to put a ring on you." I don't know. I'm a better ex-boyfriend than I am a boyfriend. I know I'm a better ex-boyfriend than I am a boyfriend because my last 3 girlfriends are still on my HBO account. You know, and sometimes I like to log on and see that they've all been watching like Sex in the City and say to myself, "Oh, yeah. Old Sugar Daddy Potts is still taking care of his girls." I don't know. The way I see it is that if I've ever clogged your toilet, you should get to watch Euphoria for free for the rest of your life. Sometimes I play this game where I go to Subway and see how much mayonnaise I can get an employee to put on a sandwich before they start to get concerned. I was at Subway the other day, and the guy put mayonnaise on the sandwich, and he was like, "Is this good?" And I was like, "No, more." So then he puts more on, and he's like, "Sir, this is a lot of mayonnaise." And I was like, "No, more." So he puts more on, and he's like, "Sir, if I put any more mayonnaise on this sandwich, you're going to have to use a spoon." And I was like, "No, more." So he puts more on, and he's like, "I'm done." So we go to the register, and he's like, "Sir, I don't even know how you're supposed to eat this." And I said, "Oh, you think this is for eating?" And then I ran away. And I love to do that because every day for the rest of that man's life, he is going to wonder what I did with that sandwich. I don't know. That's why I moved. I lived in Indiana. I lived here now because I've been banned from every Subway in Indiana. I'm not allowed to eat fresh in Indiana anymore. Oh, yeah, I want to try this. So I did mention my girlfriend earlier. I'm in love, so I... So I had to buy a bed frame so that our bed's closer to heaven. So I could teach the Lord a thing or two about fucking. God, it's so stupid. I'm a moron. But hey, you know what? It's a beautiful life. I used to be a garbage man, believe it or not. I used to be a garbage man, and the worst thing that I ever found is some family threw out an entire horse for me to deal with. And to let me know that that horse was dead and not just taking a nap, they wrapped the hooves in garbage bags and spray painted the word trash on it. And I went up to the door and I was like, "Sir, I'm a trash guy. I'm not animal control. There's nothing I'm going to do with your horse." And he was like, "Sir, can you even read? That horse clearly says the word trash on it." And I said, "Sir, even if I could read, there's nothing I'm going to do with your horse." So I leave. The next day I drive by, and the horse is on fire. So I drive away. The next day I come by, and there are 5 garbage bags filled with ash and bone with the word horse spray painted on all of them. So I picked those up. All right, are you guys ready for the big dog? You're a headliner tonight. You've seen him all over. He is the king, Everybody, give it up for Patrick Murray.
This is my first time doing stand-up at a skate park for squirrels. Pretty excited. I'll just get right into it. I have a lot of friends who like to complain about potholes. I'm not affected by potholes because I don't have a car and I don't drive. One time I was taking an Uber and it was raining and the Uber driver hit a pothole and got a flat tire. So he pulled his car over to the side of the road and he turned to me and he said, "Well, I guess we're going to have to change a tire in the rain." And then I said, "What do you mean we?" And I ordered another Uber. I'm a fat piece of shit. And it's fine. I like, for example, I'm very lazy. Like, when I pee, I only pee sitting down just to avoid all possible exercise. Nobody wants to hold 10 pounds over a bowl of water. Take notes, ladies. Grant. Yep. But, another example how much of a fat piece of shit I am, I'll do anything for food. Like one time, I gave a guy a blowjob for a couple of slices of day-old pizza. But it's okay. I made him wear a condom so he wouldn't spoil my appetite. I went to the doctor yesterday, and the doctor told me that I have high cholesterol. And I was pretty offended because he was the eye doctor. I was like, "How do you know I have high cholesterol?" He said, "Anyone here can see that." I was like, Jesus, man. Optometrist has jokes. I've got sleep apnea. If you don't know what that is, it's just you're so out of shape and unhealthy that sleeping makes you out of breath. Like, I'll sleep 8 hours and I'll feel like I ran a mile, and then of course I'm tired from all that sleep cardio, so then I gotta take another nap, and then it's just there it is, another mile right out the door. I probably ran about 5 miles in the car ride here. I also have gout, which is just an internship for diabetes. Basically, I'm one more pizza blowjob away from being in a wheelchair and not even being able to be up here. So, I don't know. I'm trying to better myself. I got a gym membership. I'm going to Planet Fitness. You guys have that out here? The 2, 3 of you? You got Planet Fitness? Planet Fitness is a weird place. They got this thing called Pizza Monday, and yeah, what that is the first Monday of every month, Planet Fitness gives you free pizza, and that is the only day I go to the gym. Are any of you weed smokers? You are? Hell yeah. Where were you earlier? Yeah, no, I did see you on my way to get chicken. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, you didn't offer me any before the show, and that's fine. You got pot on you right now? So you're telling me you smoke pot in a legal state and you don't have it on you? Yeah. No, it's okay. I look like an asshole too. I don't have pot on me either. We should go fucking get some pot. You want to just? Can we just? You pause. Let's pause the Twitch. We're gonna go to the pot store. We're gonna get some pot. How many streamers we got now? Wow! Look at that. Started with 2, went to 4, 6. So that's 9 people watching me all together, and cool. I've done comedy for less people. I honestly just talk to my cats most of the time. Yeah, what was I saying? I'm a pot smoker. I got a bong. Do you smoke out of a bong? Does your bong have a name too? What's your bong's name? What is it? Wrath the Bong? Oh, okay. I was like, that just like sounds like the name of a rapper I don't know about yet. Barack Obama? Yeah, that's pretty cool. But I assume you had to get rid of him because he couldn't show you his birth certificate. Yeah, show me that bong certificate or whatever. My bong has a name. My bong's name is Chris Hansen. Yeah, because it makes me take a seat. All right, there you go. What'd you think about that, Twitch? Yeah. I think the worst feeling in the world is just walk to somebody. I think the worst feeling in the world is when you get out of the shower and you have to take a poop. Right? It's a perfect example of 2 steps forward, 1 step backwards. You know, you feel me. You smoke pot. This is probably the wrong crowd. Are you guys football fans? Yeah, Packers? But you're in Chicago? Yeah. What's the the Grizzly Bears or some shit? The Bears? Yep. The Chicago Bears aren't good? Oh. Well, you know, like maybe the World Cup they'll be better next time or whatever. Did I get that right? Yeah. I'm trying to get into football. I don't have the time to start from season 1, you know? It's a lot of fucking characters and plot lines, and there's some murder, I guess. I don't know. I'm waiting for the true crime doc on HBO about football, you know? I think it's crazy that you guys will experience that here, especially here, that the wind can blow in whatever direction it wants, right? But the only direction the wind seems to want to blow in is in the face of someone who's just trying to light a cigarette, right? I'm pretty sure that's where tornadoes come from, is just someone who's it's like trying to relieve some stress, right? Which is why trailer parks have the most tornadoes. It's just science. I don't make the rules. Oh man, I'm on the spectrum. I'm on the spectrum because Comcast and AT&T don't service my neighborhood. That was for you. Oh man, I was supposed to go to London here in a couple weeks, and that's not happening now. The British government denied my work visa. They didn't tell me why. Probably got tea spilled all over it or something. I don't know. But I was like real excited to go out to England and do some comedy. I was even trying to write some jokes, you know, maybe like have some differences, like comparing the United States and the United Kingdom. Like, for example, in the United States, if you have a white family that inbreeds and steals from everyone around you, we call them hillbillies, right? But in the United Kingdom, if you have a white family that inbreeds and steals from everyone around them, they call them Your Majesty. I was really hoping they'd like that joke out there, but they probably saw another live stream or something, and they're like, we can't have this guy over here. He's going to make fun of the dead queen. That's our biggest tourist attraction. I had a pretty life-changing moment the other day. It happened when I DoorDashed a calzone from a bowling alley at 4 a.m. And on the receipt, the DoorDash driver wrote, "Everything gets better," smiley face. Right? But he didn't draw a smiley face. He wrote the words smiley face. And I was like, man, that is some pretty big talk coming from a dude who's driving DoorDash at 4 a.m. with his kids in the back seat. I was like, if this is everything getting better, I'm going to DoorDash a fucking bullet to my brain. I bought a lottery ticket for the first time the other day, and the gas station dude was like, what are you going to do if you win the lottery? And I'm like, well, if my drug dealers are as good at their job as they say they are, probably die, right? Right? If I survive winning the lottery, then that means my drug dealers owe me a fucking explanation, right? Give me that good shit. I got $1 million. All right. You guys like drugs? I love cocaine, by the way. Someone was talking about, were you talking about cocaine earlier? Zach was like, you don't have an appetite on cocaine. Look at me. I am a coke head. I am a coke fiend. I do cocaine every fucking day. I'm sweating right now, not because I'm hot or active, but because daddy needs his dose. Right? I need some cocaine. Do you have any cocaine? No? Do you? Does she have cocaine? Do you have cocaine? No, of course not. Too much, right? Last time I hung out with CT in Chicago, somebody rubbed ketamine lotion on my belly button. And then a dude with a Hatchet Man tattoo tried to cuddle me or something. I don't know what was going on. But that's not cocaine. I love cocaine. Where was I going with this? You just love it. I don't know. But yeah, you can have an appetite on cocaine. I do cocaine all the time, and I'm still slamming pizzas like I'm about to suck a dude off, you know? How do you slam a pizza? Well, fucking maybe if that pizza place is open, I could show you all, but... I mean, slamming a pizza is just like slamming a beer, you know? It's all about opening the throat, relaxing the jaw, cupping the balls. Mitchell knows, you know, he's in love. He told us all. I got it on video. It's going to be my text message ringtone. I'm in love. More. Oh, man. I love cookies. I love Girl Scout cookies. You guys have Girl Scouts up here? Yeah. I know you would know. I love Girl Scout cookies. But like they only sell cookies for a certain amount of time, but I got a buddy who sells Girl Scout cookies on the black market, right? The only problem is he cuts every box with cookies from the dollar store, you know? I'd be like, I want to see you test that box with a diabetic test strip, all right? I'm trying to have a party. I need an eighth of Samoas. That's really dumb. You guys like mushrooms? Yeah? Can you ask the Twitch chat if they like mushrooms? See if they'll...
I think they're all 16, so I'm not...
They're all 16? You don't know how... They're not friends of yours? They're just strangers?
No, they're just random people because
What's up, 16-year-olds? You guys like... I mean, I ate mushrooms when I was 16. It's not that big a deal. I love mushrooms. And I had a... Last time I did mushrooms, I had a pretty fun time. I was hanging out, tripping my balls off, and I got a call from a buddy who was like, hey, I'm about to go pick up some cocaine. You want to come with? And as I've told you guys earlier, I fucking love cocaine. Big fan. So I was like, hell yeah, let's go get some cocaine. And so while I'm waiting for him to pick me up, I make sure, just in case something goes south, I bring a little extra protection, right? And by extra protection, I mean a toy Star Trek phaser gun, right? I've got it packed on my side, and my buddy goes, what's up with that? And I was like, well, it's just in case something goes south. And he goes, that is a toy. And I'm like, we'll see, right? So then we go pick up the cocaine, and everything was fine because we just picked it up from another friend of ours, and I don't know why I thought anything would go bad. But then we're leaving the cocaine, and we're driving pretty fast because we really want to get to the place where we can stop driving and do that cocaine, right? And we're driving so fast that all of a sudden we're getting pulled over by a police officer, right? And my buddy is freaking out. He's like, oh, man, we got this gram of cocaine. Whoa. So the cop comes over. He rolls the window down. And they're starting to talk to each other. And I interrupt. I go, hey, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just want to be completely open and honest with you, officer. I am carrying a weapon. So the officer comes over. And my friend is looking at me like I just slit a puppy's throat in front of his little sister. You know what I mean? Like, he is upset. The cop has me come out, lean against the car. I'm still on mushrooms, by the way. So the lights are real fun, And out tucked in my waistband, he pulls out my Star Trek phaser gun. And he goes, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And I'm like, "Well, it is set to stun." And then he lets us go, and we're driving home, and my friend turns to me and goes, "You can't do that." And I'm like, "Well, I did. Looks like the phaser gun was necessary after all, huh?" And then he left me on the side of the road. But guess who had the cocaine in his pocket? This guy, right? So I got to where we were going just as quick. Oh, man. Jerry Springer just died. Yeah, I know. Sad. Jerry Springer just died. There's actually a law that was just passed. The rest of the year, all strippers are required to dance at half pole. Right? It was his final thought. I don't know. Bang, bang. All right. I just figured out that I am polyamorous by accident. Just figured that out. I was dating this girl. I call her Pole Position. I have nicknames for all my girlfriends. Her nickname is Pole Position because she wasn't a race car driver. But then I started seeing another girl that I found out was interested in me, who I had a long time crush on, and I kind of forgot about the other one. And then she hit me up the other day and was like, "Hey, haven't heard from you in a couple weeks." And I was like, "Oh man, I forgot I had another girlfriend." But luckily, the new one, she's at Bonnaroo right now, so I got about a week to figure it out. But yeah, I got a lot of nicknames for all my past relationships, right? Like, we told you about Pole Position. I've got another one. I call her Maggot Brain. She's an ex-girlfriend. I call her Maggot Brain, and that's because she's really into George Clinton and also dead. Yep. So just maggots in her brain, Yeah, that was a pretty weird funeral, Maggot Brain's funeral. I got in trouble. Her family yelled at me because during the service I cracked open a cold one, which is what I call it when I have sex with a dead body. Yeah, I just didn't want the mortuary guy to be the last one to fill her with fluids. You know what I mean? All right, that's a little foul. It's fine. I got another ex. I call her Trail of Tears. Also, sometimes I call her Stabby Amy. That's because she stabbed me once. The relationship didn't last more than 6 months after that. No, the stabbing incident, this is what happened. We were drinking. We used to drink a lot because we hated each other. And she started to talk to me about her tribe. And I said, "What are you talking about?" And she goes, "Well, I'm 1/16 Native American." And I said, "Yeah, I'm white too." Right? And she didn't like that. She started screaming, "My people." I said, "Your people killed all the Native Americans. That's what the other 15/16s are." Right? She's from Kentucky. They don't have math. Yeah. I got another ex, last ex of the nickname. I call her Accidental Crack, and here's the story with that. We were hanging out on my couch, and she leaned over to hit a pipe, and I was pretty pumped. I was like, "Oh, weed time, cool." I didn't even know if she brought her own weed, and then she went in for the kiss and blew the smoke down my throat, and it was not weed. It was crack. And it was awesome. Crack rules, by the way. 16-year-olds, crack. Try it. It's like cocaine that you can smoke. No, I love crack so much. So here's the thing. When I'm doing too much cocaine and my nose is stuffed up, I'll just cook the rest into crack. I learn the ratios, I'm a cook. I've got a scale that measures in the smallest amounts. So I'll just cook the rest of my stash up into crack, and I'll just fucking blast that shit into the dome while I watch the sunrise, Right? I'll pretend I like Tom Waits on the internet, but really I'm listening to Billy Joel. Anyways, when a girl goes in for the kiss and blows crack smoke down your throat, I call that a Baltimore Lady and the Tramp, right? I don't know. Oh man, I don't know. Dating is just really hard. I've had some weird dates in my life. I had a date. She asked me, "What's your sign?" I was like, "I don't know. Yield, I guess." Yield seems like the chills to the signs. It says get there, but when you feel like it, dude, right? Like, I had another date. She told me that her asshole was clean enough to eat off of. And I was like, yeah, but plates hold way more food. And I'm a hungry boy. Right? This guy knows what I'm talking about. I know you got that stash in ass, right? What do you think keeps it so curled up? It's that fucking booty wax. Am I right, Grant? Yeah. Me and Grant are going to go get drinks with his mom after this. It's going to be crazy. I'm going to try and give her some Coke. It's going to be fun. Oh, man. I'm from Indianapolis. I do shows to 3 people there, too. And the last comedy show I was at, there was a girl in town doing stand-up, and we had a firefighter convention in town. And I heard her go, firefighters party harder than comedians. And I was like, firefighters have to Narcan comedians because they party so much harder than them. What are you talking about? Every time you hear those sirens go off, it's not a fire. We don't have fires anymore. It's 2023. Everything's fireproof. All those firefighters do is deliver Narcan. It's DoorDash for Narcan. That's all it is. You know what I mean? That's what I almost got beat up during this firefighter convention because I was fucked up on coke, and I was like, "What's up, guys? You ready to Narcan me later, bro?" You know, I didn't buy this from a trusted source, dude. Let's go. Narcan delivery convention. I don't know. They hated it. I thought it was fun. I was hanging out with my roommate at a bar, and we saw a couple of deaf people speaking sign language, and I was like, speak English or get out of my country, right? And my roommate John goes, you can't say that. And I'm like, why? They can't hear? I don't know. Oh, man. All right, throw that in the trash. Got it. Don't make fun of deaf people. Yep, thank you. I had a friend ask me yesterday if I wanted to go cow tipping. Right? And do you guys know what cow tipping is? Right? Here in the big city. Right? I mean, 3rd largest city. It's not that big. He asked me if I wanted to go cow tipping, and I was like, I decided not to go because I wasn't sure if I was supposed to tip 15 or 20%. Right? I didn't want to look like an utter jackass. Right? Come on. The cattle community has beef with that joke. I got a racist grandpa. That's pretty cool. My grandpa's so racist, he says the word wash with a hard R. Yeah. The other day, he was like, I'm going to go wash the dishes. I'm like, you need to relax, dude. It is 2023. Soft A, please. Also, that's grandma's job. Twitch. My best friend is a girl. I love her. Her name's Carmen. She's awesome. She tells me everything, sometimes too many things. The other day, she was telling me a story about giving a guy a blowjob, and she told me that he shot up her nose. And I was like, how? And I started taking notes, you know. And she said she was really surprised at how well it cleaned out her sinuses. And I was like, oh, yeah, we call that a nutty pot, right? Okay. All right. I go to a lot of concerts. I was actually here in Chicago earlier this week. I saw King Gizzard at the Salt Shed for like 3 nights in a row. And in the parking lot, like outside the Salt Shed, I saw a hippie yelling at a meth head. And I was like, hey, say what you will about meth heads, but at least their crystals actually do something. They make you feel like you could be doing cocaine right now, right? I really like it when people call me daddy during sex, because that's what I used to call my dad during sex. What are you guys, more of a motherfucker crowd? Man, you guys are a great audience. I love you guys. I really want to just stand here and play with the tech decks. Can they see it on the Twitch? Can they see the skate park? Is it on like an automatic camera 1, camera 2? Oh, don't. Yeah, show them the venue. Show them this hot venue. It's a it's a little I'm just going to, the rest of the set, I'm just going to move the camera over here and I'm just going to Yep. So like anyway, I'm a real Stephen Hawkins or whatever. Birdhouse, bro. All right, so where was I at? I was talking about fucking my dad. Cool. I watch a lot of life hack videos on Facebook, guys. Hang on, watch this. You ready for the sick grind? I watch a lot of... Thank you. Yeah. I honestly think I'm going to get to go to Tampa after this sick vert contest, I watch a lot of life hack videos on Facebook. I saw this one life hack video. Told me to clean my toilet with Coke. But I don't think a clean toilet is really worth $80 a gram. I'm a pretty unhealthy person. I have kidney stones. Actually, this is a fun story. I just had to buy Plan B because I broke a condom with a kidney stone. Yeah, that's a true story. Here's the thing. Kidney stones don't come from your balls, right? So that means that this rock was sitting in my dick for a whole day, right? And that's possible. I only drink water probably about once a day. And I only probably pee about once a day. Maybe once in every 2 days. Here's the thing about peeing, guys. Peeing is just your body getting rid of all the toxins and waste. And I am so waste and toxin free that I only have to pee about once a day, right? So this kidney stone, it's just chilling. Hang on, check this out, dark side. So I just had this rock chilling, right? And, I'm over here. I'm using a condom for the first time in years because Mitchell has been really begging me to just start using rubbers. And all of a sudden, I just feel this rock shoot out. And it burst through the condom. So I couldn't find the rock in her. I looked, I looked for it. And Grant, I was telling Grant about it, and Grant was like, well, it'll probably come out, when she has her period. And I'm like, well, I guess we'll call that a blood diamond. Am I right? Okay. Oh, ridiculous. But, yeah, I do have kidney stones. I've been starting my own gravel business. We're going to sell pea gravel. All right. Oh, man. This is a lot of fun. It's really distracting me from my own set, but... You want to play too? Who wants to come in and join the comedy skate? Yeah, let's get us all in here. Everyone, you guys get the comics involved. Everyone come here. I'm going to tell jokes, and we're going to just do some sick vert tricks, bro. Put on some Sublime, Smoke 2 joints in the morning or whatever, bro. Oh. I watch a lot of streaming services. I got Hulu. I saw an advertisement on Hulu it was from Airbnb advertising private islands that you could rent. But I'm pretty sure if I could afford to rent a private island, I'd probably have advertisement-free Hulu. I've also been getting advertisements on Hulu for erection medicine and like bent penis medicine. And I was like, why am I getting all these weird dick targeting ads? Until I realized that this is my dad's Hulu account. Weird way to know that your dad can't get it up. It's probably why my mom's such a fucking bitch all the time. I was hanging out with Grant earlier today, and he said some weird shit to me. I heard Grant say in the car right up here, hey, man, you know what I always say? If there's grass on the field, she's too old. Yeah, they're going to know, man. I went bowling the other day, and I saw a dude with a wheelchair coming to the bowling alley, and I was like, what are you doing here? People in wheelchairs can't bowl. I'm not saying that they shouldn't be able to. It's just they don't have shoes big enough, Oh, this is a lot of fun. I like to go see a lot of cover bands because they're a lot cheaper than the real thing. Like I went to see an Elvis impersonator the other day, and he spent the entire show in the bathroom dead on the toilet. The guy was real committed to his job. I work in an office. Who else said they worked in an office? It was Zach. Zach left. He's done. Grant works in an office. It's the only thing that makes his mom proud of him. Yeah, I had to watch his fucking shitty set, but he couldn't sit here through mine. That's fine. Yeah, no, it's fine. I'll say what I want. I got the microphone. No, I work in an office because fake pee is easy to get. One day in this office I work at, there was a lady. She was carrying around a teddy bear. And I was like, what's with the teddy bear? She goes, well, a couple of years ago, my child died, so we keep his ashes in the bear. I thought that was pretty weird because it wasn't even bring your kid to work day. Hey, can you not fuck my set list up with your fucking skateboard beef? God, you're a real fucking Bam Margera up in here, dude. Yeah, well, why don't you suck me long and deep? You couldn't suck me long and deep because you're a fucking shallow throat bitch, Mitchell. That's what you are. Oh, I do. Shannon told me. Oh, man. I used to live in Los Angeles. I live here now because I failed. But when I lived out there, I was friends with this girl who was a nanny for Gwen Stefani. Do you guys know who Gwen Stefani is? 16-year-olds, do you know who Gwen Stefani is? Well, anyway, I had plans to hang out with this friend, but she hit me up and she was like, hey, one of the other nannies called in sick, so I have to watch Gwen Stefani's kids, but we're going to the zoo, and if you want, you can come to the zoo with us. And I was like, go to the zoo with Gwen Stefani's kids. I'm eating 2 edibles for this, you know? So we go to the zoo, we do zoo things. We saw a giraffe taking a shit. Gwen Stefani's son looks at me and goes, what is that giraffe doing? And I said, making your mom's music. He said, really? I said, no doubt. Hell yeah. Well, I got a few more for you guys, and then we're just going to really shred this fucking skate park here. Well, I was going to tell the escape room joke, but CT already told it when we got here. So. Yep, well, it's about the same then. Okay, well, I have a solution for homelessness. I think that homeless people should just get one of those escape rooms and then just not escape the room. Right? Homeless problem solved. You guys ever get drunk and buy shit on the internet that you don't need? Yeah. I did that the other day. I bought something called a fleshlight. Right? Yeah, and for those of you who don't know what that is, it's just a flashlight, but instead of a light bulb, there's a fake vagina. And you're supposed to fuck it, you know what I mean? I spent $250 on this fleshlight, right? Which, yeah, that's a lot of money for shameless masturbation. So I called the fleshlight company. I was like, I need to cancel this order. And they're like, well, you can cancel it, but here's the thing. We've already shipped it because you paid $50 more for express shipping. Right? And I was like, God damn, must have got drunk and looked at my high school yearbook again, right? So they're like, you can cancel it, but what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to receive the package, and then you're going to have to box it back up and mail it back to us, and we'll refund you in about 2 to 3 weeks. I was like, that's a lot of work. I figured I made my bed, I might as well fuck myself in it. Oh, man. I used to be a bouncer at a bar, saw a lot of weird shit. One time I saw a lady breastfeeding her newborn baby in the bar at 2 in the morning. Right? My boss came up to me and he goes, hey, you have to tell her that she cannot breastfeed her baby in here. And I looked at my boss and I said, I don't want to do that, right? You ever tell a girl not to breastfeed her baby? You will get yelled at, right? I don't want to get on Twitch the wrong way, you know? Like, so I go up to, he goes, you know what? You got to tell her or you're fired. And I was like, well, I need money to buy cocaine. So I go up to her, I say, ma'am, you can't breastfeed your baby in here. And she goes, that's messed up. You're just sexualizing my breasts. And I said, no, ma'am, the reason you can't breastfeed your baby in here is because we don't sell outside food in the establishment. You know, we don't. All right. I'm going to do my last joke, and I'm going to get out of here. You guys keep ripping and shredding, but I need a little concentration. I can't use my hands and talk at the same time when I do this one, but I take a lot of Ubers. We talked about this earlier. I had a weird Uber experience. The app told me that a lady named Tammy was going to be picking me up in a Honda Fit. I was very excited to be rolling with Tammy for the next 17 to 23 minutes. The Honda Fit pulls up, and there's Tammy in the driver's seat like she's supposed to be. And then there was a guy in the passenger seat that the app didn't tell me about. And I was pretty upset because I didn't get to call shotgun, right? So I get in the back seat of this Honda Fit, and fit is not the correct word to describe what happened there. It's more of a Honda cram. And so I get in the back seat of this Honda Fit, and the air is very thick and tense. It was like the air in this room during all of Zach's set. I'm just hating on him because he left. he was great. And I could tell they tried to hold it together for my sake, but after about 10 minutes, the guy looks over at Tammy, and he goes, "How long you been sleeping with Jimmy?" And Tammy goes, "Can we not do this right now, Todd? I have a rider." And Todd goes, "Yeah, you going to sleep with him too?" And Tammy goes, "Maybe I will." Hell yeah. Hear that? Sounds like I'm getting some suck, right? Just got to stop at a gas station and get some condoms because Tammy looks like she shares a lot of needles, right? You know, no bueno. I don't want her to pass out and die on me. You know, I've already had that happen twice. Todd gets very upset. He goes, "You know what, Tammy? This is the end of our relationship. It's over." And Tammy goes, "Yeah, well, then I'm just going to crash this shit right into a telephone pole." Shit got serious real quick. But I want to get laid, right? So I need to support Tammy no matter what. So I go, "You do it, Tammy. You crash this shit. I'm drunk in the back seat. I'll live." All of a sudden, Tammy gets real excited because she just drove by the largest Goodwill she's ever seen in her life. She goes, "Holy shit, Todd. Look how big this Goodwill is." And he goes, "Yeah, babe. Let's go there on Tuesday." Then they kissed and held hands in silence the rest of the way to my house. What happened? Are you not sucking the rocks out of me? I gave Tammy 5 stars because it seemed like she needed it. And then I got on Yelp and gave Goodwill a bad Yelp review for cock blocking me. All right, thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody.